Welcome to Braves Country Radio. We are excited to bring you a brand new season, your home for the classic call of radio baseball.
Lineup for Braves Country by D.M. McGee. A is for Aaron, the Hammer and Hank, the real home run king, take that to the bank. B is for Bobby, Cox never cowered, he'd give Blue quite an earful on his way to the showers. C is for Chipper, don't call him Larry, he would show up in Shea, the Mets he would bury. D is for David, justice he'd bring. A Game 6 solo brought Atlanta their ring. E is for Eddie Matthews, 512 bombs away. Lit skies from Boston to Milwaukee to the A. F is for Fred, McGriff dog-biting crime. A fire was lit the day he arrived. G is for Glavine, southpaw winds and kicks, changing speeds east and west, a gem in Game 6. H is for Harry and his brother George Wright, the father of baseball, Boston pennants in flight. I is for inning, ending double play, Riley to Ozzie to Olsen all day. J is for Jones, Andrew let her fly, and his gloves in center is where singles would die. K is for strikeouts, a plenty from Strider, the quads in the stash, getting swings from that slider. L is for Lopez, Javi to B-Mac, Travis and Smurf, we've been lucky to see that. M is for Mad Dog, he won 355, could swat flies with the changeup and still bust you inside. N is for Necro, he got to the hall by bending and knuckling and floating that ball. O is for Otis, old Nixon could fly, the catch at the wall baffled our eyes. P still for Peterson, we were all rockin' pearls, with Eddie and Jorge we were out of this world. Q is a quandary for why Dale is not in, Murphy MVPs again and again. R is for ranking, the top pitcher's lore. Remember Kid Nichols, 107 WAR. S is for Smoltzy, the big three in the hall. When the game's on the line, you give John the ball. T is for Tyler, Matzik and the gift of 2021, the entire night shift. U is for Chavez, but we say Uncle Jesse. The frames, the release, kept the batters guessing. V is Van Weeren, Skip Carey 2, Don Ernie Joe, the tales from the booth. W is Warren, spawned Johnny Sane. They'd ride him in Boston and then pray for rain. X is Mazzoni. Yeah, X marked the spot. Leo rocked next to Bobby, and his pitchers stayed hot. Why it makes us feel young, the game's main appeal. Chopping through the battery, there's no better feel. Z is for zip, boom, bam, ram-a-lam-a, ding-dong. Throughout the summer, we sing that song. From AJ to eyeglasses and a hell of a pen. Mad Max, Uncle Charlie, win after win. A cannon from short, and RC you later. Acuna Matata, there is no one greater. Though you can't fit them all when you just A to Z. Think of your favorites in the rafters we see. I started with 3, then 10, 25, 47, 31, and of course 29. Let's not forget 21, 41, 35, the great 44, or 755, and old number 6, who led his great teams. The pennants were flying. It felt like a dream. From Boston to Milwaukee to Atlanta's TBS, a family, a tradition, Braves country's the best. Line Up for Braves Country by D.M. McGee.
I state your name.
I state your name.
Do hereby pledge allegiance to the
armchair.
with liberty for all.
You're in Braves country.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention now to the area in front of the pitcher's mound for tonight's ceremonial first pitch.
You can't drink like me. You can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
What the hell's going on out here? Well, here because his eyelids are jammed and his old man's here. We need a live rooster to take the curse off Jose's glove, and nobody seems to know what to get Millie for their wedding present. We're dealing with a lot of
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing, Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win. And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Polk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do.
It's entertainment, something you watch, and it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry.
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam, ding dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead. She's gone, baby!
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America you get in a ballpark. And it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
People will come. They come for reasons they can't even fathom. Not knowing for sure why they're doing it. They'll arrive at your door as innocent as children, longing for the past. They sit in shirt sleeves on a perfect afternoon. They have reserved seats somewhere along one of the baselines. That when they were children, cheered their heroes. It'll be as if they'd dipped themselves in magic waters. The memories will be so thick, they'll have to brush them away from their faces. People will come. The one constant through all the years has been baseball. America has rolled by like an army of steamrollers, and erased like a blackboard. Rebuilt and erased again. Baseball to mark the time. This field, this game, it's a part of our past. It reminds us of all that once was good. There could be again. Oh, people will come. People will most definitely come.
We're all told at some point in time we can no longer play the children's game. We just don't know when that's going to be. Some of us are told at 18, some of us are told at 40. But we're all told.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary, and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season, and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have, and the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Which team do you play for?
Well, I'm a...
Well, I was just wondering, because I couldn't figure out why you would throw home when we've got a 2-run lead. You let the tying run get on second, and we lost the lead because of you.
Touch 'em all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
You're in Braves country. If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to one strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to Fuss. And here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Here's a list of the players we'll be inviting to camp.
I never heard of half of these guys. And the ones I do know are way past their prime.
Most of these guys never had a prime.
This guy here is dead.
Cross him off, then.
The local press seems to think we'd save everyone a lot of time and trouble if we just went out and shot ourselves.
We got uniforms and everything.
You know, you might think about taking Jesus Christ as your savior instead of fooling around with all this stuff.
I like him very much. He no help with curveball.
You trying to say Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball?
Is this not America? It's baseball, not
But I'll tell you, these fans are great. Listen to them. Hey, way to go, Rick. All of Ohio loves you. Come on, baby. Come on, Ricky. Come on, Ricky.
The game doesn't stink. It's a great game.
You know, one of the best things about being an ex-big leaguer is getting freebies to the game. Call the front office, bingo. And once these fans recognize me, I probably won't even have to pay for my light pyramid. I love them. Good seats, huh?
You're in the wrong seat, buddy. Come on.
Oh, I must be in the front row.
Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate. Please remain standing. We call your attention to our band here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture. Our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Play ball! Good seats, hey, buddy? He missed the tag! He missed the tag! He missed the tag!
pound of beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys. Pour you a cold one. It's time for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live, and the Atlanta Braves are on the road again. We're set for pitch by pitch, play by play, the classic call, Braves Country Baseball. Hi, I'm Mac McGee. It's time to put it all aside for what should be a great game here on the Diamond. As we take you out to the old ballpark, kick up your feet, let's take a journey back to the golden age of radio baseball. We'll do our best to paint the picture as the game goes along. Roll call is on the way. It's time to join the country club, join in the fun. It's time to chop along. Go ahead and put your game face on. Here are the starting lineups for today's action. Leading off for your Atlanta Braves, Drake Baldwin. He's behind the plate tonight. 9 home runs, 30 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .313. Ozzie Albies batting second, playing second. Matt Olson followed up behind, batting third, playing first. 12 home runs, 32 RBI, a .300 average. Ozzie Albies batting second, playing second. 8 home runs, 23 RBI, a .331 clip. Batting cleanup after Olson, Michael Harris II. 7 home runs, 22 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .318. Mauricio Dubon is in center field, batting fifth. 2 home runs, 18 RBI, a .258 average. Batting sixth, playing third, Austin Riley. 5 home runs, 22 RBI, 3 stolen bases, batting .213. And Dominic Smith, the designated hitter, is batting seventh. 4 home runs, a .343 average, 17 RBI. Mike Yastrzemski batting eighth and in right field. A .202 average with 6 RBI, 1 stolen base. And Jorge Mateo batting ninth with a .289 clip, 2 home runs, 4 stolen bases, 6 RBI. On the mound for your Atlanta Braves, it's Bryce Elder Day. He's 3-1 with a shiny 1.88 ERA and a 105 whip. 43 innings, 36 strikeouts, 32 hits allowed, 13 walks, 2 home runs served. He'll be going head-to-head with George Kirby, who's 4-2 with a 3.00 ERA and a 1.13 whip. 45 innings pitched, 40 hits allowed, 34 strikeouts, 11 walks, 4 home runs given up. Backing up Kirby in the bottom of the first inning, leading off and playing short, J.P. Crawford. 3 home runs, 9 RBI, a .208 average. Cal Raleigh back in the lineup and batting second. The designated hitter, 7 home runs, 18 RBI, batting .186. Julio Rodriguez is in center field, batting third. .268 average, 4 home runs. Josh Naylor batting cleanup, playing first. 4 home runs, a .223 average. Randy Arozarena batting fifth and in left. 3 home runs, 12 RBI, 8 stolen bases, batting .273. Luke Raley batting sixth in right field. 6 home runs, .253 clip. Cole Young is batting seventh and playing second. 3 home runs and a .266 average. Mitch Garver behind the plate, 8 for 43 on the year, a 186 average, 1 RBI. And Luis Rivas is batting ninth and playing third, a 141 average, 2 stolen bases, 7 RBI. Calling balls and strikes behind the plate tonight, it's Will Little. Your first base umpire, Ryan Addington. Second base will be manned by Ryan Wills, and down the third base line, it's Lance Barksdale. Game time temperatures here in Seattle, Washington. 76 degrees, the wind blowing out to dead center at about 4 to 5 miles an hour. Atlanta Braves come in plus 116 on the money line. Seattle minus 126. The over-under is 7.5. Our pick to click tonight against George Kirby, the right-hander. Harris back in the lineup. He's 0 for 5 lifetime against Kirby. But what the heck? We're going to go ahead and take a swing here. We also think Dom Smith does something tonight, maybe even goes yard. We'll take your Atlanta Braves to win a low-scoring affair, 4-2.
All we got on this team is a bunch of and a booger-eating moron. That booger-eating spaz make me want to puke.
All right, you guys, listen.
Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. Atlanta Braves baseball right here on Braves Country Radio. Your modern-day Superstation, bringing you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves and our one-of-a-kind production. Take us anywhere you go for over 300 play-by-play games right here on the BCR. Please like and subscribe today. Don't forget to hype the videos. It helps the smaller stations to bring folks in so we can all root this great game on together. Join the Country Club today, and a special thanks to all the members in the Country Club. You help support the BCR.
Get this bus moving.
Stop.
Come back.
Too late.
Roll call. Yeah. Roll call. You're in Braves country.
Good to see everybody in the chat. Got to speed this up a little bit as we're a little bit behind. Good to see you, Nathaniel Brooks. Welcome back into the Country Club.
We accept one of us. We accept one of us. Uber gobble, uber gobble, uber gobble. One of us.
We accept that one of us. We accept that one of us. Uber gobble, one of us. Uber gobble, one of us. Uber gobble.
Shut up! Oh my God, I don't care!
See who else we have here in the club tonight. We got Royal Pita, Drip Tillman, SSAJ, Nathaniel Brooks, Sleepy Toenails, Rich 22, Mark Ricky Ricardo, Lucy, he's home. Uncle Charlie. John, Chop Shop. What you talking about, Willis? Good to see you. We'll hit the non-members on the other side. If we've missed any of the members, jump into the chat. I had to scroll through quite a few of these. I think I got all the members. We'll hit the non-members on the other side. Back in a flash. Got to get set up for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play. The classic call is on the way.
It is the American game. You see a guy hit the ball out the ballpark, and that same guy can come up tomorrow in that situation and miss the ball and lose the ball game. Can bring you up here, it can bring you down there. One thing about it, though, you know it always will be a tomorrow. You got me today, but I'm coming back.
Think about it. What is there in your life
besides your love of family maybe, that carries all the way through from almost your earliest recollections till the day you die, and you care about it in one way or another. There are very, very few things that make that list, but we have a child's interest in baseball, so it will be one of the few things in my life that I have cared about in one way or another all the way through.
There's a lot of wonderful stillness in baseball that I love. Many seconds of stillness. When the pitcher has got the sign, the batter is crouched, the ball players all lean forward with their hands on their knees, and then very shortly the ball is delivered. But in that tiny period, when the pitch and the fever of the crowd is tangible, there's a moment of absolute stillness that I treasure.
The best of us keep as much of that childhood with us as we grow into adulthood as we can muster. And the most creative, the most happy, the most fortunate of us are those who don't lose the sense of play. And even after we're past the point of being able to actually play the game with any skill, if we love it, then it's like Peter Pan. We remain boys forever. We don't die.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the radio news.
Sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. There is nothing wrong. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both things and ideas. You've just crossed over into
Adventures in Time and Space.
We offer you Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another Braves ball game. Yes, sir. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball, no more measles, and free tickets to the circus.
You're in Braves country.
This is a reminder. Disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
It's all mixed up with peanuts, tobacco juice, and a hearty feeling among the fans joshing each other. Always this raucous, good spirit. Everybody came to have a good time. The whole stands full of people all roaring. In baseball, never known an instance where so instantly a whole crowd could be brought to its feet, roaring with delight over just a clean crack of a bat against the ball.
A lot of room in right center. If he hits one there, we can dance in the streets.
Line drive and a base hit. Just as to score the tying run. Green to the plate. And he is safe.
We're 1 out away, Braves country, from a trip to the World Series. Whatever superstition you've got, do it. The entire city of Atlanta, the entire South is standing on their feet, trying to will the Braves into the World Series. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And swung on and ripped over to Dansby Swanson. Dansby's got it. He fires over to first. Baby, sound the trumpets. Do the job through the streets. Your Atlanta Braves are headed to the World Series. And the place is going bananas.
Although edited, tonight's thriller contains suspense and violence which may be unsuitable. Parental discretion is advised.
You're in Braves country. Welcome in, Braves country. We're just about set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play. You see the update on Kim a second ago, and then there's Dylan Dodd. So good news all around. Good news from Edward Spry. Good to see that, sir. Glad you brought some good news in here. We've all been thinking about y'all. Atlanta Braves are wearing their home grays. You're going to hear me reference TikTok. We're going to let in the TikTok crowd here in a little bit. Got to wait for the game to actually start before we do it. We're going to do it it's not quite what you're seeing here. It's going to be kind of like a bootleg version of what you're seeing here. So the better version is definitely on the YouTube channel, but we're trying to draw more people in over here till we get to where we're allowed to do the same things that we do here over on TikTok. Then we'll probably do them both at the same time, but that's a whole process we're trying to build. So if you hear me reference it, telling people to jump in, that's what's going on. For those y'all in radio land, jump into the YouTube channel, YouTube Radio, or youtube.com/@Braves Country here on Braves Country Radio. Braves are wearing their home grays, Atlanta across the chest in red, outlined in blue. Navy ball caps with the white A representing the great city of Atlanta, Georgia. Seattle Mariners are wearing white top to bottom. Mariners across the chest in blue, outlined in green. We're waiting for the 3D to kick in. Once it does, first pitch on the way to Drake Baldwin. He swung on and fouled back out of play. Yes, sir, it is baseball time in Braves country, and we will lift the curtain. The 0-1 count. Righty-lefty. Turns and kicks. Brings it upstairs. Misses high. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Nothing your score. If you're just joining us, we're just getting started. The 1-1 pitch swing. Slaps the four-seamer down the line. 1-2. Braves lost a tough one last night, so they've got to win tonight to keep their streak alive of not losing a single series in the 2026 season. We know it'll end at some point. We'll just prefer later than sooner. The 1-2. Kirby brings it. Swing. Bangs the sweeper down the line. Do it once again. Drake's making them work, and you like that to start it off. Ozzie Albies standing on deck. Olsen is in the hole. You'll notice Harris is back in the lineup. He's playing left field for the first time in his career. The 1-2 pitch swing hits it up the middle, and that's going to be an easy 6-3. High throw, not as easy as you would have thought. Crawford almost lost that one. Good job by Naylor to catch it. He spun into the runner's lane, and him and Drake made contact, but not hard contact. They both appear to be okay. Ozzie Albies coming into the left side of the plate. The switch hitter with the open stance from the left side, righty-lefty. First pitch is a sweeper up top. It's 0-1. Left to right across the outfield for the Mariners against your Atlanta Braves. Randy Arozareno's in left, Julio Rodriguez in center, and Rayleigh in right. The 0-1 smacks the outer edge. Sweeper. It's 0-2. Around the horn, third to first, it's Rivas, J.P. Crawford at short, Young at second, Naylor at first, and Garver's behind the plate as the 0-2 four-seamer. Misses high, 1-2. What you'll get from George Kirby tonight, he, like a lot of the guys on this staff, has a good fastball. The first pitch off that 1-2 is a four-seamer, smacks it on the ground, rolls it over to second, and there's two down. He's got a four-seamer that he leans on 35% of the time, and why not? It's a good one. get up in there to the mid to high 90s. Slider 19%, sinker 18%. The curveball at 11, changeup at 9, sweeper at 4, cutter at 4. He is a 7-pitch pitcher. He is a true kitchen sinker. He'll throw everything but the kitchen sink at you. The first pitch to Matt Olson is a 4-seam fastball, bringing it 97 miles an hour. It's 0-1. The 0-1 turns and kicks. High and out of the zone. 1-1. So a 1-1 to Olson. He's gone 4-seam, 4-seam. Kirby, this will be his 12th pitch of the inning. Drops the sweeper down and in there, 1-2. When he's got all these pitches going, he's a tough beat. George Kirby comes in with a 3.00 ERA, and he'll get his strikeouts. Olson steps out. The 1-2. In the dirt, 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Brings it. Knuckle curve outside. Full count to Matt Olson. Standing on deck, Michael Harris II. The payoff pitch to Matty. Kirby turns, kicks, swing and a miss, strike 3. Got that sweeper, pulled the string on that one, and that'll end the inning. So the Braves go down in order. We go to the bottom of the first here in Braves country. Asking y'all what's on tap.
Afternoon, everybody.
What a day. I use a drink. Nothing like a cold one after a long day, huh?
So, how much do you drink? I'd say I'm good for about 10 or 12.
10 or 12 a week? That's not bad.
About a week.
You drink 10 or 12 beers a day?
You counting beers too?
How reckless of me. I made you all wet.
Yes, but my martini's still dry.
She turned out to be a part-time model and a full-time pickpocket. Oh, yeah. I've been known to drink a beer or two. But then again, I've been known to do a lot of things. You drinking anymore?
Oh, me? No, I quit drinking, dude.
You never gonna drink again? Nope. You wanna stop at the bar by the Chinese restaurant? Just get a quick shot, me and you, and then we'll go? Yeah, the bar they got in the back.
Oh, the Chinese bar? Okay. What's shaking?
All 4 cheeks and a couple of chins.
I thought you said they didn't have alcohol.
Run back to your mix master. Cook up a few more of these.
Cigarette?
No, I never touch them.
Yeah. I suck them down like Coca-Cola.
I expose people to magic. I expose them to something they're never otherwise going to see in their boring, normal lives. And I gave that to them. I may forget about them tomorrow, but they'll live with that memory for the rest of their lives. And that's a gift, man.
One of the women said that she was afraid she might OD.
I thought that was a lemon drop. I didn't think it was tequila.
What's that got to do with me?
You and me are going to have a small talk later on.
I'll be busy thinking of things to say.
Doesn't your wife ever complain that you never spend any time with her?
Would you?
Could you keep it down to a low roar? Some of us have to work.
Put that money down, pal.
Yeah, I'll be ready.
There goes the 2 weeks at camp. I promised the kids this summer.
My birthday, give me a beer, stick a candle in it, and I'll blow out my liver.
Here's to feeling good all the time.
Perfect. Cheers.
Cheers.
This crowd back into it now.
Welcome back. J.P. Crawford coming to the plate. Righty-lefty matchup. Bryce Elder goes to work. Pitch on the way is swung on. 4-seam fastball. Fouled away. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Welcoming into our TikTok crowd. You can find us over here on Braves Country Radio on YouTube. The 4-seam fastball from Elder. Right there at the knees. It's 0-2. The 0-2 count. Turns and kicks. Caught looking, strike 3. Crawford, is he challenging that or not? I guess he is not. They showed it on the Seattle's screen like he might have been challenging, but I don't believe it was a challenge. I think they were just showing the replay of it. He didn't like the call, but it did hit the top of the zone. So Cal Raleigh coming to the plate, 7 home runs on the year, righty-lefty matchup. First pitch is a four-seamer at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Cutter right there, 0-2. 0-2 count. Braves nothing, Seattle nothing. Bottom of the first inning. The 0-2. In the dirt, good take by Raleigh, 1-2. On deck is Julio Rodriguez. In the hole, Josh Naylor. The 1-2 pitch. Swing. Rolls it on the ground over to Ozzie Albies. He'll turn and flip, and it's a 4-3 put out, 2 away. 2 up, 2 down. J.P. Crawford coming to the plate. First pitch on the way is right there, sinker at the knees. Man, he's got that thing working tonight. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Turns and kicks. Does he go around? He does. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. Braves nothing, Seattle nothing. Bottom of the first inning. Time is called. Pitch on the way, swing. Chops it down the line, foul. We'll do it again. Tomorrow's game, same 2 teams. It'll be a 4-10 first pitch. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Pulled the string on the changeup, and that'll end the inning. So Bryce Elder's off and running. We're off and running. We'll be back in a flash. Top of the second. Braves grab the bats when we return.
What do you guys think about Americans?
Do you really want to know it?
Yeah.
Oh no. Americans, they are like Donald Trump. They think they're the best.
That's right, yeah. But they're also back-to-back world champs, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you got 2 coins and they add up to 30 cents, and one of them can't be a nickel, what could it be?
Well, how else are you going to do it? Because you got to have a quarter and a nickel to make 30 cents. Or you could do 3 dimes, but you said it has to be 2 coins.
Only 2 coins, it adds up to 30 cents, and one of them can't be a nickel.
Are you sure you know which one's a nickel?
Huh?
Because do you know for sure which one's a nickel? It's the 5 cent.
Yeah, I know nickel's 5 cents. Smart ass.
Well, I'm asking because I don't see any other way to make 30 cents than to have a nickel.
I know. Is that your answer, what you said?
Yes.
Okay, you got it right.
But you said I couldn't use a nickel.
Yeah, you got it right. That's the answer. You got it right.
How's that right if you said I can't use a nickel?
I said you got 30 cents. It's 2 coins. One of them can't be a nickel. Only one of them. You got the answer right.
In the world of sports in 1961, there was no bigger story than Mickey Mantle and Roger Maris, who side by side slugged their way into the hearts and minds of the American people.
Baseball was the dominant sport, and those 2 men dominated sports in this country.
Together, these teammates, roommates, and friendly rivals chased each other in history as they approached the legendary Babe Ruth's hallowed home run record.
And there's a high drive. There's one. It is going. It is going. It is going. How about that? There's standing ovation.
Look back today, nothing ever equaled the Maris Mantle chase in 61.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way to Michael Harris is swung on. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Knuckle curve in the dirt to go one.
One of us. Goober gobble. Goober gobble. Goober gobble. One of us.
Swing. Hard hit ball. Over to first. It's going to be a 4-3 put out. One away. We'll start that again.
We accept one of us. We accept one of us. Goober gobble. Goober gobble. Goober gobble. One of us.
We accept that one of us. We accept that one of us. Goober gobble, one of us. Goober gobble, one of us. Goober gobble.
Shut up! Oh my God, I don't care!
First pitch to Mauricio Dubon is just off the plate. The sinker misses. It's 1-0.
Goober gobble, one of us.
1-0. Righty. Turns and fires. Swing and a miss. Nasty sweeper. He's got that thing working tonight. It's 1-1. San Francisco Giants have taken a 2-0 lead on the Padres there in the bottom of the first. 1-1 pitch. Swing, rips it into left field, and that's down for a base hit. And Mauricio Dubon coming on, baby. Let's go.
Pardon me. Would you have any?
But of course. One of life's finer pleasures.
Ripping it. The Braves have one on and one out. First base hit of the game, first base run of the game for the Braves. Austin Riley coming to the plate. Looked like he was starting to swing the bat well last night. The first pitch on the way is a sweeper down the way. It's 1-0. I was a little surprised they didn't have Riley batting behind Harris tonight, but I guess it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things if you have Riley and Dubon back-to-back, one way or the other. Dominic Smith stands on deck. The 1-0. One of the things I like about Weiss is the 1-0 pitch upstairs for strike 1-1. If you remember the last several years with Brian Snitker, and I'm not saying this was Snitker doing it, but he went along with it, is you could tell he liked to go righty-lefty up and down the lineup, meaning not having back-to-backs if you can help it, is the 1-1. Chops it down the line, foul, 1-2. Weiss's lineups have not been that way. I mean, he's not scared to put Drake and Olsen back-to-back. He's not scared to put 3 lefties in a row or 3 righties in a row. The 1-2 count. Swing. Hits it up the middle, and that's going to be a 6-4-3 inning-ending double play. So Dubon gets on, but the double play gets us out. We'll be back in a flash. It's 0-0. Josh Naylor due up when we return.
Hey, does anybody else drive home fast as hell after work like they're running late for the house? Or is it just me?
Have you heard the story of Pete Gray? If not, you're about to hear one of the most inspirational stories in baseball history. He grew up in a poor family where all the children would have to work to bring in additional income after they finished the 8th grade. At the age of 6, he fell off the running board of a truck he hopped on and got his right arm caught in the spokes of the wheel. Due to the severity of his injury, doctors weren't able to save his arm and he would have to have it amputated. His injury didn't change the fact he was in love with baseball, and it didn't deter him from his dreams of playing Major League Baseball. To learn to hit, he practiced for hours with a stick and rock. For fielding, he would spend many hours practicing transferring the ball from his glove to his hand. He put a lot of work in a weight training program so his left arm could swing a heavy 38-ounce bat. In his first taste of professional baseball, he hit .381 in 42 games in the Canadian American League. Over the next 2 seasons across higher levels, he continued to get better, even hitting .333 with 68 stolen bases in 1944. In 1945, his contract was purchased for $20,000 by the St. Louis Browns. In 77 games that season, he batted .218 with 51 hits, 13 RBIs, and 5 stolen bases. Even though his time in the majors was short, what an inspiration for anyone who plays the game.
The only time I ever was embarrassed about baseball had little to do with being a girl. It had to do with the fact that when I went to Harvard, for a while I had a boyfriend who was somewhat snobby. And he came from a family that was a real intellectual family, and I'd gone to dinner at his house, and all night I was mesmerized by their talking about literature and history and how learned they all were. The next night, this young man came to my house, and my father talked the whole night about baseball. My boyfriend didn't care at all about baseball. And I remember for the first time looking at my father and thinking, This is narrow what we do here. This isn't as broad as my boyfriend's life. And the next morning, waking up feeling so guilty, and in the end, I got rid of the boyfriend.
First pitch to start the inning is a four-seam fastball that's thwacked up the middle, and it's a worm burner into center field. Righty-lefty matchup ends up in a single to start the second inning. Braves nothing. Mariners nothing. Mateo was playing right there. I'm a little surprised he didn't get to it, at least knock it down. He really wasn't that far away from it. The ball was hit 103 miles an hour. I think he might have been caught leaning, is the way it looked on the replay. First pitch to Arozarena misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Bryce Elder, 13 pitches in. The 1-0. Check swing. Did he go around? And I don't think that ball is going to be called a strike. Drake is going to challenge it. I would have liked to have checked down the first base line and see if he went around. Did he get it? Looks like it hit the side of the zone, maybe 5-10% of the ball at the most. But that's enough for a good call. Good job, Drake. The 1-1 pitch, swing, broken bat over to Riley. He'll fight the debris and flip it to Ozzie. It'll be a 5-4-3. Cannot turn the double play with the Rosarena's speed and that broken bat. The ball didn't really get to Riley that quickly. I mean, that thing shattered. I'm talking about splintering. Half the bat head went out to Riley just past the third base bag, say about 3 or 4 feet in front of his cleats. Arizona leads Pittsburgh 2-0. They're in the first inning. Looks like whoever they've got on the mound for it's Bubba Chandler. He's in trouble. They got the bullpen working already. First pitch is rolled foul by Luke Raley. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. Runner at first. Double play can get us out of the jam. Pitch on the way. Misses high. So that'll even up the count at 1-1. Same two teams back at it 4:10 Eastern tomorrow right here on Braves Country Radio. YouTube.com/@BravesCountry. As Arozarena gets back to the bag. It'll be Grant Holmes going against Brian Wu. The 1-1. Shows bunt. It's a good bunt. Elder's got it. He'll flip it to first. 2 down. That will get Arozarena into scoring position. Good sacrifice bunt there by Luke Raley. And that'll bring Cole Young to the plate. So the infield will be playing back and to the right. Runner at second. The go-ahead run. The first pitch on the way. Swing! That ball's hammered down the right field line. Foul. It's 0-1. He put a lot of heat on that pitch, but couldn't keep it straight. Well out in front of that one. The 0-1. Changeup in the dirt. 1-1. 1-1 count. Good to see everybody in here on the YouTube channel, Braves Country Radio. Glad you're spending your Tuesday night here in Braves Country. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Change it. That one just fell off the table. 1-2. Braves will have the bottom of the order due up, and Dominic Smith leading off the next inning. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Slider in the dirt. Ball gets away a little bit, but Drake will toss it to Olsen, and that'll end the inning. So they get a runner in scoring position, but we get him out of the jam. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country Radio. Braves nothing, Mariners nothing.
Suspect says she missed a spot while shaving, but it appears to be the whole leg.
Suspect does not have a receding hairline. He swears it's been like that since he was little.
It has. Look at the picture. Suspect does not have acne, just one major humongous zit at a time.
Suspect is currently on foot, but may take flight by flapping his ears here pretty soon.
Suspect looked like she's running for the first time in her entire life.
Suspect is currently wearing those half socks girls usually wear with ballet flats.
Thankfully, suspect is not in a car. She failed her driver's test multiple times.
Don't bring that up right now. If the suspect gets away, he calls his mom about 20 times a day so we can ask her where he is.
Suspect always takes other people's jokes, tries to add on to them, just makes them worse, and it gets really awkward.
I'm gonna cry.
Phillies won 101 games and repeated as NL East champs, returning to the LCS, this time to face the Dodgers. The clubs split the first 2 games of the best-of-5 series. And then in Game 3, the Phils had a 2-run lead with 2 outs in the 9th, just 2 strikes away from a World Series.
It's called Black Friday.
I remember that like it was yesterday.
The 2-strike pitch, fly ball deep left. Lozinski going away back, and this ball is a double for Manny Mota. Gets away, coming in to score Davalillo. Mota will hold it third. Not an error as the ball got away. It's now a 5-4 ball game, and this game not over yet. Here's Davey Lopes' game on the line. Ground ball off net to Boa. A throw. No, not in time. This game is tied.
Davey Lopes hit a ground ball to my left that went off to my glove, bounced straight to Larry Boa, barehanded the ball, threw it to first, and by all angles, Davey Lopes was out.
To this day, I'll go to my grave, he's out. If we have instant replay, he's out, and we might have another ring on our finger.
Welcome back. George Kirby goes back to work. Dominic Smith, the batter, first pitch, swings at the sweeper in on his hands and pops it back over the third base dugout. It's 0-1. Good to see you, Rosemary. Sleepy, Rich 22. Who else do we have here in the country club tonight? Iron Lung, there he is, needs some runs. The 0-1, swing, rolls it. Foul down the first baseline, it's 0-2. Infield is back and to the right. Standing on deck behind Smith is the Yaz. The 0-2 pitch. Kirby comes set. Turns and kicks. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 away. Good pitch there by Kirby. Dominic Smith will head back to the dugout. He hasn't started in several games. He's got to be a little rust there. I would think the second, third at bat tonight. Hopefully they give him that many, that you'll see better at bats from him. Good to see you, Ashleah. First pitch is a 4-seam fastball to the Yaz upstairs for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. It's in good in the house. Kicks and fires, swing, lifts it into left field, drifting in, making the running catch. Good catch by Arozarena. Shovels it to Crawford. He shovels it back, and Arozarena tosses it to the infield. Little hot potato going on out there. Iron Lung, I really want to pull for him, but yes, man, that's a tough love, isn't it? Jorge Mateo, first pitch swing and rolls it over to short, and that'll be a 6-3. Ooh, that was close. Did he beat it? They just got him, maybe a quarter step. Mateo has got an unbelievable ability to put it into overdrive those last 3 or 4 steps. We'll be back in a flash.
I have had so many NFL players hit my DMs.
So I've been seeing a lot of reaction to this video, and it's pretty
up what you guys have been saying. As one of the NFL players, like, I can confirm, I've been reaching out to her. We've had a lot of injuries on the O-line, and we could use a left tackle right now.
Do y'all remember those cars? I don't think they make them anymore, but when I was a kid, they had those cars that you had to blow on the machine, like, to power it. It wasn't like push to start, or it wasn't like an electric vehicle, but it was like a blow to start. It was like, and then it would start. You guys remember those? Because I remember in my neighborhood, there's this guy that had one of those cars. I don't know why he bought this type of car, because he could never start it. He would always ask me to start it for him. And I don't know how. I was like 6 years old, and I would always get on the first try when the car would start. Do you guys remember those cars? I don't know if it was like a Tesla back in the day. I don't think they made Teslas, but high tech. Now they don't make those. If you had one of those, please let me know what happened to those cars.
My favorite Met story is about their shortstop, Elio Chacon, who was eager but not very talented and kept running into the outfield and knocking down Richie Ashburn as he was about to catch a fly ball. And he didn't speak any English, and so somebody, Joe Christopher, went to him and tried to explain this. And then he went to Richie Ashburn. He said, if you're going to catch a fly ball, said, and you see Chacon coming out, what you want to say is, yo la tengo, I've got it. And then I've told him, and he'll pull up. So Richie practiced. He said, yo la tengo. And game came along, and the situation was a fly ball. He looked up for the fly ball. Chacon rushed out for him. Richie said, yo la tengo, and put his hands up, and he was knocked flat by Frank Thomas, his left fielder. That was the Mets.
What's for dinner? Hey, chef, what's for dinner?
What's for dinner, everybody? As the first pitch was a strike there from Bryce Elder to start off the inning. 0-1, the 0-1. Turns and kicks. Down below the knees. 1-1. Righty-righty matchup. Mitch Garver, the batter, the number 8 hitter in the order for the Mariners. Swing! Bangs it down the left field line, but plenty foul. 1-2. Rivas on deck. In the hole. J.P. Crawford. Tostadas from John Johnson. PB&J's from Willis. The 1-2 rolls it foul. Do it again. I don't know what that is, PETA, but okay. Got some kind of fast food. Carne asada tacos. Yeah, it is a Happy Cinco de Mayo's. The 1-2 outside wide, 2-2. Summer sausage and crackers from KC. Chili and cornbread from Sleepy Toad. Jalapeno poppers. Man, I love jalapeno poppers. Ricky Ricardo, the changeup. So full count now. Braves nothing, Seattle nothing. Tripp's got mac and cheese with broccoli and chicken. That sounds good. The payoff pitch. High and inside, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. 1 on, nobody out. And the number 9 hitter, Rivas, will come to the plate. Got to be looking for the bunt with Rivas. He will lay a bunt down. He's pretty good at it. Big truck with the Chick-fil-A. M3. Beef tenderloin. Cold Pizza Hut from the office from Jay. Hey, man, cold pizza is some of the best pizza. First pitch is a 4-seam fastball. Just misses the edge. It's 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup. The 1-0. Flips it up there. High and out of the zone. 2-0. So Elder's starting to struggle with command a little bit in this inning. Homemade chicken from Brian. Stouffer's from PETA. Greek salad. Pot roast. The 2-0. 4-seam fastball. Hammered down the line. 2-1. Ashley had a pork chop from a fancy restaurant tonight. That's how I read it in my head. Pot roast and tater salad from James Fisher is the 2-1. Just misses, I guess. That looked like a strike. They're not challenging it. Yeah, it did hit the zone. Bottom of the zone. About a third of the ball, the 3-1 pitch. Swing lifts it. High, deep, into right field, drifting back. Just before the warning track, waiting for it to finally come down. The Yaz will make the catch. 1 away. I'm trying to think of where my wife gets the jalapeno poppers from time to time. They're frozen. When we cook them here at the house I want to say it's like Aldi's, but wherever it is, I'll have to ask her. They're really damn good, and really good deal on them. First pitch to J.P. Crawford as the lineup flips over. Cutter inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Haven't talked about it much yet, but you notice Michael Harris is in left field tonight. That's to get him in the lineup, but to also, is the 1-0, misses high, 2-0. Kind of ease him back into playing the outfield, not having to cover as much ground. It's going to be interesting. He's never played in left field in his career. He's always been a center fielder for obvious reasons. He's one of the very best to do it. The 2-0. Brings it. Flips it outside, 2-1. I was busy setting up the TikTok stream when we were doing the What's on Tap. So I didn't get a chance to read a lot of y'all's. We might do that again here in about an inning or so to recap on it. I didn't get a chance to see any of that. The 2-1 pitch. Swing blasted. High and deep. And she gone. J.P. Crawford goes yard again, and it's 2-0 Seattle. That was a hanger. Four-seam fastball that sitting dead center of the plate, just above the belt and right in his sweet spot, and 103 miles an hour off the bat. 395 feet over the wall. It got out in a hurry. Righty-lefty matchup. Pitch on the way to Cal Raleigh. Banged down the line, foul. It's 0-1. The 0-1 in the dirt. Bounces to the backstop. 1-1 count. I'm drinking my typical mix here, especially on a late night game like this. I've got coffee, some version of Monster Zero I've never heard of. About to try it here in a minute. And then I always have a water or a Powerade to mix in with it. The 1-1 pitch. Swing. Bangs it down the line. Foul. 1-2. So typically, I think I mentioned this the other night, but typically I've got 3 drinks sitting side by side because I got to get the coffee, keep it rolling. But I like to get one Monster in, especially on a late game. You got to make sure you don't dehydrate yourself. The 1-2 pitch. Swing. Fits it back foul. We'll do it again. We got the new one, John. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and there's 2 down. We did that for like a cheer. The one I'm putting in the chat right there. It's a cheers, good to see you type of. It's a beer can with the BCR logo and the good to see you on there. First pitch on the way, swung on and chopped down the line, foul. Julio Rodriguez, it's 0-1. You don't like it, Iron? I like the Monster Zeros. 0-1 count. Brings it. Swing blasted. High and deep into left field. Will it stay in the park? Harris is underneath it, just in front of the warning track for a loud out number 3. We'll head to the 4th inning, trailing 2-0.
Love it when people apologize when they're wrong, but I need to get better about accepting apologies, because sometimes they'll be like, hey, sorry I've been such a lately, and I'll be like, lately? Who's lately?
So this little boy looked at his dad and said, hey, Dad, what is dark humor? And the dad said, look over there, son. You see that guy with no legs? And the little boy said, Dad, I'm blind. He said, you're welcome.
When I go out to dinner, I don't share plates. Okay, there's always those people that are like, should we just like order a bunch of things and like sample? No, because this isn't the grocery store and we don't have those little toothpicks. How do you split a deviled egg 7 ways? We're human size, all right? We're not Smurfs. Okay, we don't need to be sharing a tomato. And someone in the group's always like, oh, you should just finish that last piece there. Oh, the 1/14th of a chicken thigh that has more human DNA on it than most crime scenes? No, I'm good, thanks.
When people are like, oh, just trust your gut. Oh, my gut, the one that can't even handle dairy. And I feel like I may need different advice.
And ain't no sense sitting around worrying about one play or one call, one call by the umpire or anything like that. It comes right down to, hey, we got to hit. If we're as good as people say we are and we deserve to be in the World Series and we're the best team in baseball and all that business, we've got to prove it right out there with our bat.
Yeah, bad memories, Black Friday.
The following season would only bring a painful rerun, with the Phillies winning the NL East for a 3rd straight year, but then coming up short against the Dodgers again in the championship series. As for Schmidt, a pattern was developing. For the 2nd straight postseason, he had no home runs and only 1 RBI. When the fans let him know how disappointed they were, his frustrated response came with unusual honesty.
I've decided that I deserve to be booed. There's no question about it. If I had a boo sign in my back pocket, I'd pull it out and help them.
What's up, Braves country? Looking forward to a great Atlanta Braves season. See y'all at the ballpark.
Welcome back. First pitch to Drake Baldwin, misses outside the zone, just wide. It's 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup, the 1-0 pitch. High and inside, top shelf. 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. Turns and kicks. Swing. Lifts it. Third base side near the dugout. 2-1. Seattle 2, Atlanta nothing. If you're just joining us, a 2-run home run by J.P. Crawford in the bottom of the 3rd. The 2-1 pitch, swing, slice it foul, 2-2. Pretty fast-moving ball game. The 2-2, swing, lifts it. High, into left field. Drifting over, making the catch. Out there in left is Arozarena. F7 in your scorecard, and there's 1 away. J.P. Crawford's 2nd 2-run home run in as many nights. He got the game winner last night after the Braves had a 4-0 lead and given up a 3-run shot. He came up and put 2 on the board, giving Seattle a 5-4 lead, and that's where it would end. Ozzie Albies 0 for 1 on the day. First pitch swinging at the knuckle curve down and in. It's 0-1. Seattle Mariners, and of course, a lot of y'all may not follow the American League, especially out west, but they were a game away from the World Series last year. This is a good ball club. The 0-1. Down and away, knuckle curve, 1-1. 1-1 count. I think it was Willis at the break was talking about doing the orange Powerade as the 1-1 pitch. Swing. That ball is whistled up the middle and in between the wicket of the legs of George Kirby. I think he stumbled a bit, but regardless, it's a One out single for your Atlanta Braves and the Wiz.
I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz, and nobody beats me.
I'll take Powerade Zero over Gatorade any day. I don't know. There's something about Gatorade I've just never liked. Probably the name. If I'm being honest. Matt Olson. Ain't no Gator, and I don't need no aid. The first pitch on the way. His swing rips it over to the right side. That's going to get through the hole, the 4-3 hole. And Ozzie Albies heading for third. Here comes the throw. It is wide of the bag, and Ozzie Albies is safe. And your Atlanta Braves have runners on second and third. Bad decision as the Ice House.
This is not watered down. This is Ice House.
Roasts a worm burger.
Ice House. Smooth as it gets.
Into right field when the throw goes to third base. Matt Olson took it upon himself to take the extra bag. So I think it'll be a single when it's all said and done. But runners at second and third and one out. Good hustle by both Ozzie to draw the throw and good hustle and recognition by Richardson, the first base coach, and Olson to take off when the throw went over there. Michael Harris II now has a chance to do something here. First pitch on the way, swing, rolls it on the ground to first, and that's going to keep everybody put. A weak ground ball to first base, and there's two down. G3 in your scorecard. One of the few places you could hit it on in this stadium, and Ozzie wouldn't score. The infield was playing halfway. If the ball's hit up the middle at all, he's going to score. But over there on the corners, they were guarding the bag. So Mauricio Dubon now coming to the plate. Righty-righty matchup. The first pitch on the way to Mauricio. Swing. That ball's going to dribble down the right field line. That ball's got eyes. One run will score your Atlanta Braves. 2-1 Seattle. 2 runs will score. The Braves have tied it up, and Mauricio Dubon.
Pardon me. Would you have any?
Pay dirt, baby.
One of life's finer pleasures.
It is one of life's finer pleasures. Just kind of poked it down the line, punched it past the first base bag. And the Braves have tied it up 2-2. Top of the fourth. Austin Riley, the batter. Righty-righty matchup. Go-ahead runs at second. First pitch swinging. Sweeper. Bangs it back foul. It's 0-1. He just came close to sizing that one up, Riley. I mean, he is just off. That ball went straight back, essentially. Anytime you see someone do that, you know they almost clocked it. Austin Riley batting .212 on the year. The 0-1. Swing. Baltimore chopper down the line. Third base side, but foul. It's 0-2. Austin Riley, though he has the low batting average, he is batting .325 with runners in scoring position. 13 for 40. The 0-2 in the dirt. 1-2. 1-2 count. On deck, Dominic Smith. Braves have just tied it up 2-2. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Atlanta. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors for Seattle. The 1-2 pitch. Kirby brings it. Swing. Kind of peppers it over the first base dugout. Well, excuse me, swing. We'll do it again. 1-2. George Kirby, by the way, is at 45 pitches, so he's doing very well on that mark. But the Braves have tied it up. They gave him a couple of really quick innings to start the game. The 1-2. Kirby delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That sweeper from the vacuum cleaner just ended the inning. But not before your Atlanta Braves put 2 on the board. It's 2-2. Good guys back in it here in Seattle.
For the love of God, tell me I am not the only person that keeps up with their town's arrest page on Facebook. You know that page that posts the mug shots and their charges and stuff for everybody that you know in the town you live in? If you want to know what your community is like, check out that page. Not really the people that got arrested, but the comments on those posts. See, on ours, there's one guy that turned every one of them into a smash or pass. It's great. I look forward to those comments. Then there's the women that get arrested, and if they look even a little bit decent, there's all her friends comment and say, "Slay, you look so good, your mugshot's so pretty." Tell her to get her together. She just got busted with 4 pounds of meth. Not to mention the creepy guys. It's like, "I'm on my way with bail money. I can fix her." Boy, you can't fix your damn hair. Shut up. Then you got the dudes talking about, "Free my homie. Your boy is awaiting trial for murder." What do you mean, free my homie? Keep him in there. Keep him. We don't want him.
The Mets ended their first season with a record of 40 wins and 120 losses, the worst record in the 20th century. They would stay in the cellar for 5 more seasons, but they consistently drew more fans than the New York Yankees.
An amazing thing happened, which was that New York took this losing team to its bosom. Everybody thinks New York only cares about champions, but we cared about the Mets. And I remember going to some games in June that year, and they were getting walloped. They were getting horribly beaten. But the crowds came out to the Polo Grounds in great numbers. People brought horns and blew these horns. And after a while, I realized that this was probably antimatter to the Yankees, who were across the river and had won so long. And winning is not a whole lot of fun if it goes on. But the Mets were human, and that horn I began to realize was blowing for me, because there's more Met than Yankee in all of us. What we experience day to day in our lives is much more. There's much more losing than winning.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way. Josh Naylor swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. Braves 2. Mariners 2, bottom of the 4th, the 0-1. Slider down and in, 1-1. 1-1 count. Takes and fires. Punches the 4-seam fastball down the third base line. We'll do it again. Braves and Mariners tied up at 2 at the bottom of the 4th. In San Francisco, the Giants lead the Padres 4-1. They're in the 4th. In Arizona, you got the Diamondbacks with the 2-0 lead over Pittsburgh. They got out of that jam somehow, man. That thing looked like it was spiraling out of control for Bubba Chandler. The 1-2's in the dirt ball 2-2. Earlier tonight, the Mets were already rained out. By the way, so were the Brewers and Cardinals. Is the 2-2 pitch in the dirt? Full count. Phillies pound the A's 9-1. That game, the score's not indicative of that ball game. It was 1-0 in the 7th inning, and then the wheels fell off for the Athletics. The 3-2, down and in, ball 4. And Elder struggling with control tonight. That'll be his second walk. He does have 4 strikeouts and the 1 home run. He's given up 2 hits. Rosarena coming to the plate now. That is another team that is in desperate need of a City Connect makeover. The San Francisco Giants. My word, those are terrible. First pitch is a sinker. Fouls it back. Got a piece of Drake's mask. It's 0-1. Home plate umpire Will Little going out there to hand the ball to Bryce Elder. That's to give Drake a chance to. You'll see that with umpires and with catchers. They know that the both of them take a beating. So anytime something like that happens, they'll delay the game legally to give the other guy a chance to get his head on right. The 0-1 swing and a miss. It's 0-2. I mean, we've talked about the Padres uniforms. All of their uniforms they need to go to the trash and restart the whole thing. But the San Francisco Giants City Connects, if you've never seen them, they're black with neon writing. Is the 0-2 swing and a miss, strike 3, 4-seam fastball upstairs, 1 away. I bet there are, PETA. But I'm talking about on much more serious charges. I think everybody's got one or two of those hanging around. I'm talking about one of those you're like, man, I need a lawyer, but I don't know if I can afford the kind of one I need tonight. Righty-lefty matchup. Bryce Elder flips it over to first real quick. 1 on, 1 out. That first go-around of the City Connects for all the teams, I just feel like they're going to flip it over to first real quick, and that's the second move, so second disengagement to start the at-bat versus Luke Raley. Raley sacked bunt his first time up. First pitch on the way is a curveball in the dirt. Good throw down to second base. Mateo thinks Josh Naylor is slow getting up. I'm not sure what happened. He is bent over in pain, looks like. I don't think it's from the tag. Looking at the replay, maybe he jammed his hand, but he is wearing one of those oven mitts. Oh, it might be his shoulder. They got the trainer out there, Ozzy and Mateo, helping out Wilson, manager of the Mariners, along with their head trainer. So he dove head first. The only thing I can think of is one of his shoulders, or maybe his wrist. He bent over immediately. I don't think it would have been his lead hand he slid with. As they take a look at him, we'll go ahead and hit the out-of-town scoreboard. Keep you updated when we see something. Reds and Cubs knotted up at 2 in the 10th in Chicago, Illinois. They're in Los Angeles, or Anaheim to be more specific. It's 2-2, White Sox and Angels in the 4th. Looks like Naylor's going to stay in the game. So whatever's wrong with him. Man, he's still wincing, though. You wonder if he's going to stay in the game. He's the first baseman for the Seattle Mariners. He is still in pain, whatever it is. They didn't fix it. They just put a Band-Aid on it. Phoenix, Arizona, the Diamondbacks lead the Pirates 2-0 in the 4th. It's a 1-0 count. Raley. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss at the slider off the edge. It's 1-1. All of these games are in the books with the late start here in Seattle. They were in Detroit, Michigan tonight, and the Red Sox 10-3 winners over the Tigers. The 1-1. Swing cracks it high and deep, but plenty foul. It'll disappear right before the sunshine begins there in deep right center or deep right field foul territory. It's 1-2. Phillies all over the A's 9-1. These are all finals. They were in Tampa Bay, Florida tonight as the 1-2 in the dirt. 2-2. I guess to be more specific, they were in St. Petersburg, Florida. And the Rays beat Toronto Blue Jays 4-3. Down on South Beach, the Orioles took care of the Marlins 9-7. In our nation's capital, the Twins all over the Nationals 11-3, the 2-2. Inside, full count. I think that Cavalli kid was pitching tonight for the Nationals. I was pretty impressed with him, but either the bullpen gave it up or he got smoked, because that's a big score. The Twins, to me, are shocking some people. The 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Change up off the plate. Dove away, pulled the string like a yo-yo, and there's 2 down. Bryce Elder with strikeout number 6. This will be his 61st pitch to Young. The first pitch on the way is in the dirt. Bounces around. Takes Drake a second to get the ball. He'll corral it, and the runner will stay put at second. It's 1-0. That ball may have gotten a piece of the home plate umpire? Yeah, it did. He's walking out there to Elder to hand him the ball. He's wincing. It must have got him in the... I think the ball might have hit him in the bone on the hand, possibly his thumb. They were in the Bronx tonight, and the Yankees 7-4 winners over the Texas Rangers. Kansas City, Missouri, Royals 5-3 winners over the Guardians. Dodgers lose a tough one, 2-1 in Houston to the Astros. And if you didn't hear it before, Brewers, Cardinals, Mets, Rockies, both games postponed. The 1-0 count to Young, swing and a miss, cutter, 1-1. Game is tied, 2-2, bottom of the fourth. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Atlanta, 2-2-0 for Seattle. Game 2 of a 3-game set tomorrow, 4:10 first pitch. The 1-1. Changeup, did he go around? Third base umpire Lance Barkdale says no dice. It's 2-1. The 2-1. Outside wide, 3-1. I saw your comment, Hawkins. It made me think of today. I was watching the news. I don't even remember what they were talking about. But whatever they were talking about is a 3-1 inside, misses ball 4, and Elder will walk another. That is his third walk of the night versus 6 strikeouts and 2 hits. 2 runs allowed, and Garver will come to the plate. But whatever they were talking about, I was listening in passing. I was getting ready for tonight's game, and I just heard them talking about someone's duty to do this or that, whatever it was. And all I could think of was, you said duty. Mitch Garver coming to the plate, 2 on, 2 out. You can't hear something like that to me and not think of the old Beavis and Butthead. 2 on, 2 out. A 2-2 game. Deuces wild here in Seattle. First pitch is a sinker. Misses high. It's 1-0. Bills fan wants to know, we tied it up, what happened? I'll tell you what happened. You left the room. The 1-0. Elder turns to Naylor at second, chases him back. Does not throw it, but it will be a disengagement. Runner at first, by the way, Young, he's got an enormous lead because the Braves are playing the infield back into the left is the 1-0. Right there on the outer edge, 1-1. Infield is back into the left. Matt Olson is almost halfway in between first and second. And Cole Young is evening himself up. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss slider, 1-2. Saw the Braves do this recently. I want to say it was actually Olson on base, but the runner turns towards the bag so he can get off to the races quickly. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with the cutter, and that'll end the inning. So he keeps him right there. We go to the 5th. It's time to take the 5th here in Braves country.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
The faces from the past. You've walked past them many times. I don't think you've really looked at them. Go on, lean in. If you listen real close, you can hear them whisper their legacy to you. Listen. You hear it?
Hello.
The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows.
She did not drink the vodka. Because I drank the vodka.
Objection!
Please be seated, sir. This is not a courtroom.
Well, I object anyway.
October 11th.
October 11th, October 12th, and 13th, and 14th. I drank all of those days. I drank. I'm drunk now.
I'd rather fight beside you than any army of thousands.
Then take it! It's yours!
Tonight, we are the greatest team in the world. And you were meant to be here tonight. This is your time. Their time is done. It's over. Screw them!
You guys tired?
Go get all the sleep I need when I'm dead.
Forget about the crowds, their fancy uniforms, and remember what got you here.
focus on the fundamentals. We've gone over time and time again.
You damn dirty son of a...
I wouldn't make it a habit calling me that, son.
I want you to remember that no bastard ever won it by dying. You won it by making the other poor dumb bastard die.
Well, that was pleasant. Nice of him to stop by, don't you think?
Tonga!
And shepherds we shall be, for thee, my lord, for thee. Power hath descended forth from thy hand, swiftly carry out thy command.
And this crowd's back into it now.
We gotta do something.
Absolutely.
You know what we gotta do? Toga party.
We can't afford to have a toga party.
Toga! 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 Toga!
Okay? All right. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let me hear it. Let me hear it. Let me hear it.
Welcome back. George Kirby starts the fifth inning against Dominic Smith. He is at just 46 pitches. 2-2 your score. First pitch on the way. Sinker high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Smith batting .338 on the air, 4 home runs, 17 RBI. He struck out in the third. The 1-0. Swing. Smacks the sweeper over the third base dugout. It's 1-1. San Diego's taking a 6-4 lead over San Francisco. That's a good old-fashioned shootout there. Logan Webb was on the mound tonight for San Francisco. 1-1. The second and third inning, Kirby had single-digit pitches. Pitch count, the 1-1 pitch, swing, lifts it high and deep into center field, but it's going to die at the warning track for a loud out number 1. Good swing by the Dominator, but it just fell short, 1 away. That'll bring the Yaz to the plate. Thank you, Sin Good.
We accept one of us. We accept one of us. Uber gobble, Uber gobble, Uber gobble. One of us.
We accept that one.
First pitch is a sweeper. Misses the zone. 1-0.
Shut up! Oh my God, I don't care!
1-0. Righty lefty. Sweeper. That sweeper didn't sweep. It had eyes of its own, 2-0. Kind of whiffled off the edge into the right-handed batter's box. The 2-0 pitch. Swing, rips it up the middle. And that's a worm burger, baby. That's a knocker. Here we go. 1 on, 1 out, and the Yaz doing the thing here in the top of the fifth inning.
That's it. Yes. Put everything on it. Don't hold back anything.
Yabba, dabba, do. Yahoo!
1 on, 1 out. Righty, Mateo. As Kirby comes off the mound, that'll be a disengagement. Not sure what sparked that. Infield is back into the left. We'll go ahead and put the action cam on, move it backwards. First pitch is inside, sinker. It's 1-0. Kirby's still at only 53 pitches. Very economical outing so far, but the Braves have put 2 on the board, looking for more. Infield back into the left, and there's a huge hole on the right side as they hold the runner, the 1-0. Right there, good sinker at the knees. 1-1 count. Standing on deck, the top of the order, Drake Baldwin. The 1-1 down and away, ball 2, 2-1. So 2-1 count. Brings it. Good Good job of holding off of that one. Tried to get him to chase the sweeper. 3-1. Drake on deck. You'd think he'd be sitting dead red, and if he doesn't get that, spit on it and make him throw another. The 3-1 pitch. Brings it. Sinker upstairs. Top shelf tequila. Full count. Did they, Goldeneye? I saw it was tied up a little while ago. Cubs and Cards are playing some good baseball this year. The 3-2. Kirby flips it over to first. So now, second disengagement, which means Yaz can take off, but it is a full count either way. The payoff pitch. Swing, lifts it. High into center field, not very deep. Lazy fly ball into the glove of Julio Rodriguez. 2 down. 2 down. And the top of the order, Drake Baldwin coming to the plate. Baldwin 0 for 2 on the day with a ground out and a fly out. Batting .309. First pitch to the Drake. Upstairs, just misses high. It's 1-0. If he can keep the line moving, Ozzie Albies is on deck with Olsen in the hole. Mariners are challenging that. That's surprising. They will not win that. So they're down a challenge. The 1-0. Turns and kicks. Outside wide. 2-0. 2-0 count. Kirby coming set. Four-seam fastball swung on and smacked foul over the third base dugout. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Yes. Getting a pretty good lead over there, the four-seamer. Smacks it back 2-2. So Deuces wild, a 2-2 count, 2 outs. Braves 2, Mariners 2. Ozzie Albies stands on deck. The 2-2. Swing. Bounces it over to short. Good play by Crawford. Had to backhand it as he was covering second on the steal, and that'll end the inning. 6-3 on your putout. We'll be back in a flash. The Braves 2, Seattle 2. Bottom of the 5th.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but when somebody say they don't like me, it's like, ouch, you hit me right where I don't give a f. I'm going.
Dr. Pepper or Mr. Pibb? I'm not choosing.
Oh, Mr. Pibb, he's a blue-collar guy and likes golf girls.
Definitely.
Amen right there.
Definitely Mr. Pibb, because, I mean, Dr. Pepper, he's probably a doctor just because he got it, like, through the Sador Desert Institute.
I mean, my thing is, I like both, but Mr. Pibb's confusing to me because it's considered a spicy cherry soda, and I've never tasted cherry in it.
There ain't no damn cherry in Mr. Pibb.
I mean, I feel like it's a lie like chair wine. Like, everyone's like, oh, chair wine's great. No, it's not.
Who told you there was cherry in it?
Hold on, look at it.
It says it on the can.
This is good.
Okay.
It says spicy cherry soda.
Well, I saw a meth head the other day that had on pants that said juicy across the ass, and she was wearing long sleeve panties. So obviously that was a lie.
Y'all, is it just me, or does it seem like going camping is just practicing to be homeless?
Baseball's rich in wonderful statistics, but it's hard to find one more beautiful than Stan Musial's hitting record. Stan Musial got 3,630 hits. 1,815 at home, 1,815 on the road. He didn't care where he was, he just hit.
He left the field for the last time on September 29th, 1963.
When Stan Musial took his first big league at-bat, America was not yet in World War II. They were 6 years removed from Jackie Robinson. There were no baseball games to speak of on television. You traveled to games in trains. When Stan Musial took his last at-bat as the National League's all-time leader in hits, second on that list only to Ty Cobb, his last base hit went past the lunge of a rookie second baseman named Pete Rose, who would eventually pass him and would eventually pass Cobb.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. Running on that by the Yaz almost broke us in to a single there. If the ball was just hit just a little bit more to the left side, Drake had put the ball in play, and the second baseman, though he was standing at second base covering the bag, he had to lean backwards towards the shortstop position to backhand it and barely got the play done. First pitch from Elder to start the bottom of the fifth is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty, the 0-1 swing. Smacks it foul down the line. It's 0-2. Oh-2 count. It'll be Rivas, Crawford, and Raleigh. The 0-2 pitch. Swing pops it up. Just got underneath that slider. It'll be a can of corn over to Austin Riley. F5 in your scorecard. One away. One up, one down, and Crawford, who has a 2-run home run to his name. Second is many nights, takes the first pitch swinging. Cutter bangs it on the ground. It'll be a 4-3 put out, 2 down. Two up, 2 down, and Cal Raleigh, the designated hitter, 60 home runs to his credit last year. He has 7 this year, batting 183. First pitch is a cutter right there. It's 0-1. 642 OPS. Home run derby champion of 2025, the 0-1. Turns and kicks. Swing and a miss. Four-seamer, it's 0-2. Oh-2 count. Brings it. Misses high, 1-2. Braves 2, Mariners 2. Bottom of the fifth, the 1-2 pitch. Swing, fouls it away. One more time. Bryce Elder, 77 pitches, so he should be good to go for the 6th as well. I don't know why he said it, but he said there was a chance that Martin Perez could start a game here in the near future. The 1-2 swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. So the Braves will grab the sticks. We go to the top of the 6th, 2-2. Braves and Mariners, game number 2.
Do you believe in true love in your culture, in my culture? Do you mean Irish people? We're just normal. Like we're not like out in the forest. Like we're just normal. I have a television and stuff.
Your name Peter?
Do I look like my name is Peter, you skunk-hard mother?
She just called me a mother.
You understood that, didn't you, you bow-legged baby?
Look, if everybody's sitting around and your mama gets up and grabs a Diet Coke out of the fridge, a pack of Virginia Slims, starts walking towards the back door and says, I'm losing my get up. Get up and help. Get up and go outside and play. Get up and leave. You know the drill.
I
think they have a fairly complicated set of signs that they go through.
I never told this to anybody, but he called his own pitches.
I think it's pretty amazing how he did it. So how he caught the ball from Eddie determined what the next pitch was going to be.
Tap his leg with his glove. That is a sign to Eddie Perez.
Nobody ever knew it. I mean, it was kind of brilliant.
They don't call him the professor for nothing.
It was a regular season game, and Bobby sent Leo out to tell Maddox that he wanted to walk Gonzalez. Louis Gonzalez hit Maddox pretty good. Doggy's like, nope, not gonna do it.
He goes, what? He goes, give me 2 pitches. I think I can pop him up to third base.
He goes, I'm gonna throw him a changeup down and away, first pitch, then I'm gonna throw him a cutter, middle in, and he's gonna hit a pop-up to chipper, and we're gonna get out of this inning. Leo just kind of looks at him, and he looks at the rest of us, and he goes, okay. And he turns around and he walks back to the dugout. And I mean, you can hear Bobby's just pissed. So sure enough, he throws him changeup down and away, ball 1, cutter in.
Got under this one a little bit, pops it down the left field line.
And I'm standing underneath the pop-up, just thinking, you have got to be kidding me. Caught it, inning over.
Bobby and I looked at each other and went, unbelievable.
Welcome back. The 0-1 pitch to Ozzie Albies. Misses high, 4-seam fastball, 1-1. The 1-1 swing. Bangs the knuckle curve down 1-2. Apologies, had a frog in my throat or something. Started coughing violently right before we came back. One-two count. Misses high, sinker out wide. 2-2. Standing on deck is Olson. Kirby. Still a low pitch count. This is pitch 68. Off the plate, full count. The 3-2. George Kirby turns, spins, fires, just grabs the outer edge. Ozzie wants to challenge it. I think that's a reactionary challenge by Ozzie. It looked like it hit the side of the zone. We'll see. Hopefully we get the... Nah, he's gone. He gone. Backwards K in your scorecard, and there's one away. That's one of those ones he just wanted to walk so bad. That's one of those ones that's so close. Number one with the bullet is you gotta swing at it. Matt Olson, the batter, righty-lefty. He'll start the at-bat with a sweeper that misses outside the zone. It's 1-0. On deck is Harris. He's 0 for. Olson 1 for 2. The 1-0 outside wide. 2-0. Olson singled to right and got to second when Ozzie went first to third. They both came home. RBI single by Mauricio Dubon. That tied the game up at 2 apiece. That happened shortly after the J.P. Crawford 2-run home run. The 2-0 misses high, ball 3-0. All 3 pitches that have missed the zone here to start the at-bat, they've all been to the outside part of the plate. The 3-0 pitch. Kirby hits the top of the zone about letter high with the cutter, 3-1. The 3-1 pitch. Outside wide, ball 4, so he'll go on down to first. 1 on, 1 out in a tie ball game here. And your Atlanta Braves might have something cooking. Michael Harris II coming to the plate. Righty-lefty matchup. 0 for 2 on the day. Takes the first pitch. Nasty changeup on the inner cut. It's 0-1. And we talked about it earlier. He's got 7 different pitches, and so many of them look like others. The ball just darts in and out and around the zone all night long. The 0-1. Swing. Lifts it. High. Into center field deep, but not deep enough. Right there at the warning track, making the catch at the wall. For out number 2 is Julio Rodriguez. He gave that puppy a ride. I mean, that thing got, say, about 5 feet before it hit the wall. The 7 different pitches and good command on all of them, good velocity. It's kind of a wonder anybody gets any runs off of this guy. Mauricio Dubon, he's got 2 RBIs to his name, a single, a double, 2 RBI, 2 for 2 on the day. The 2 outs and a runner at first. Kirby will step off the bump, so the first disengagement. First pitch on the way, down and away sweeper. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Brings it. Swing, rolls it over to third, and that should be an easy 5-3. It is. And that'll end the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Braves 2, Mariners 2. Julio Rodriguez leads it off when we return.
Everyone's always like, oh, TikTok's selling your data to China. The Chinese want your data. It's like, let them have my data. I'm wearing shoes that their children made. That seems like a fair trade.
December 14th, British soldiers Hugh Montgomery and Matthew Kilroy were sentenced to death following the second Boston Massacre trial in 1770. Captain Preston was acquitted in the first trial, and 6 other soldiers acquitted in the second, except for Montgomery and Kilroy. They were found guilty of manslaughter for killing Crispus Atticus and Samuel Gray. However, both men avoided execution by invoking benefit of the clergy, an old legal tradition allowing first-time offenders to claim mercy. Originally requiring the reading of a Bible verse known as the neck verse, traditionally Psalm 51:1, a plea for divine forgiveness, the practice followed the British to America, and it evolved by the 18th century to include most literate men. Because manslaughter, unlike murder, qualified for this one-time benefit, Montgomery and Kilroy were spared the gallows. So they could never claim it again. Their thumbs were branded with an M for manslaughter, then were banished from Massachusetts, escorted out of Boston under heavy guard to avoid mob violence. Their departure left the city seething, decrying the unjustly lenient verdict, leaving Samuel Adams and other patriots pushing for one more trial.
Well, my wife and I went to a couples counseling meeting today. And the speaker said something about 80% of men don't know what their wife's favorite flower is. I whispered to my wife, self-rising, isn't it?
I remember going into Boston. I got up to bat and it was late in the game. I got a standing ovation. I'm going, what the hell's this? Well, what I didn't realize is the talk show hosts and the papers are saying George Brett's over the hill. He can't play anymore. Everybody assumed it was going to be the last time that I'd be playing there. At the All-Star break, I don't know what I was hitting, 250, 260 maybe. And I said, okay, you can put on a charge and go out there and bust your ass the rest of the year, or you can just pack it in. So I just said, screw it, I'm going all in.
But he is just locked in on a swing.
Welcome back to Braves Country Radio, your Atlanta Braves. Tied up 2-2. As we go to the bottom of the 6th, and Bryce Elder goes back to work. The first pitch is a sinker off the edge. To Julio Rodriguez, it's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Changeup. Pulling the string on that baby. 1-1. Same 2 teams back at it tomorrow night. Or tomorrow afternoon, I guess I should say. 4:10 first pitch. It'll be Grant Holmes. 1-1. Swing. Pops it up. High. Bending over towards the first base side. Olsen. He's got it in foul territory. F3, 1 away. Be Brian Woo versus Grant Holmes. Braves have got to find a way to get Brian Woo to their team, man. Make a trade, baby. We need him. Once every 5 days, we get to yell Woo. Come on now. First pitch on the way is a slider swing and a miss. It's on 1. Righty lefty. Josh Naylor. Whatever was going on with his injury, it appears to be okay. He did take a long walk out of the box, taking his time out. So you wonder if he's still feeling some effects. The 0-1 pitch. Right there at the knees, good cutter. 0-2. Seattle and Atlanta both with 1 ABS challenge left. In case you're just joining us or stepped away, the 0-2. Swing, rolls it foul. Do it again. Makes you wonder if it was something on Josh Naylor's side. So when he swung at that first pitch and had to step out of the box, he was wincing a little bit. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Change up, change down. 2 down. Randy Arozarena will come to the plate. That is Bryce Elder's 9th punchy of the night. He's really just had that one big mistake, the one hanging bender that. No, I'm sorry. Exactly, it was a four-seamer, but it was about letter high. And JP didn't miss it. First pitch to Arozarena's a slider in the dirt. It's 1-0. He has been up and down as far as his control. He has walked 3, but he scattered 2 hits and punched out 9. I mean, it's as good as you get. The 1-0 just misses. 2-0. Two-0 count. Elder brings it. Drops a slider there about belt high, right down the pipe, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch, swing, bangs it foul, 2-2. The 2-2 pitch, swing, rolls it foul. Just got a piece of that one. The 2-2. Swing. Slices it foul. We'll do it again. Elder, 92nd pitch of the night, the 2-2. Inside. Almost gets him in the elbow. So a full count to Arozarena, the payoff pitch. Swing, chops it on the ground. Olson's got it. He waves off Elder, steps on the pillow, and that'll end the inning. Mariners go down 1-2-3. We'll go to the top of the 7th. Looks like George Kirby might be coming back out once again. Welcome back. George Kirby goes back to work. First pitch is inside. Austin Riley. It's 1-0. Quick moving ball game. And that's because we've had 7 total hits on both sides. Braves with 5. The 1-0. Swing, whistles it back to the backstop. 1-1. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Atlanta. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors for Seattle. 1-1 count. Down below the knees. 2-1. Good take by Riley there. That thing fell off the table. That chop, it was pretty corrupt in 1972 as well. The 2-1 pitch swing. Chops it over to third. 5-3 in the putout. Low throw. Good scoop by Naylor. 1 away. If y'all think Bear Bryant was a pain player, it's under the table. Come on now. Get your head out your ass. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way to Dominic Smith is swung on and pops it up. Underneath it, F7 in your scorecard when it finally comes down into the glove to a Rosarena, 2 down. Quickly 2 up and 2 down. He's at 83 pitches. He might go out there for the 8th inning at this rate. I mean, the Braves aren't really making him work much. It's kind of a stroll in the park out there. Mike Yastrzemski will come to the plate. He's 1 for 2 on the day. First pitch is a changeup right there. First strike, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Turns and kicks. Swing. Rolls it down the first base line. It's 0-2. The 0-2 count. Pops it back foul. We'll do it again. He's thrown 8 pitches in this inning. He threw 9 in the second, 6 in the third. That's why he's at low pitch count as he is. This will be pitch number 87. Swing. Fouls it away. We'll do it again. The 0-2. Caught looking, strike 3, punched him out on the outer track, and that'll end the inning. Yaz thought about challenging it, but when you're batting 208, he thought better. We'll be back in a flash. It's the bottom of the 7th. Get up and stretch, Braves country. Dylan Lee's coming on. First pitch on the way, lefty-righty to Rob Refsnyder, coming in to pinch hit for Luke Raley, is a strike. You went around on that one, it's 0-1. San Diego now leads San Francisco 8-4. They are in the 6th, and it's 3-0 Arizona over Pittsburgh in the 6th. The 0-1 right there for a strike, it's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Brings it. Right there at the knees, caught looking, strike 3, slider. Bang! Got him. One away. Good pitch. Lulled him to sleep and dropped that slider in there. Locked him up. Lefty, Cole Young, the batter, takes the first pitch slider. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Right there, it's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. I like these other broadcast teams that show as the 0-2 pitch swing, rolls it down the first base line. I like the other broadcast teams that show the different pitches even when it's not being challenged. But Seattle shows almost every single pitch. It confuses the hell out of you as the 0-2 misses high. 1 and 2. They just showed the pitch a couple of pitches ago that 100% the ball was in the strike zone. Wasn't even close. And they're using it as a prop on the side, talking about how close it was from missing the zone. I mean, it was 100% of the ball was in the zone. It wasn't even close. The 2-2. As that pitch is in the dirt. Dylan Lee about to throw his 9th pitch. Turns and kicks. Oh, just missed it. 4-seam fastball. Pre-ABS, that's going to be a strike. The 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down. So Dylan Lee, welcome into the fold. Send some gifts out to folks staying up late with us tonight. First pitch is a slider, misses. To Mitch Garver, it's 1-0. 1-0. Lefty righty. Change up in the dirt. 1-0. 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Deb, I'm surprised that you don't get one of these as much as you're in here. And I'm surprised you don't get one of the ones chosen. The 2-0 count. Swing and a miss. 2-1. Braves 2, Seattle 2, bottom of the 7th. The 2-2 pitch, down and away, or 2-1 pitch, excuse me. Down and away, ball 3, 3-1. Standing on deck is Rivas, the number 9 hitter. Last night they were early and often to the bench to pinch hit. They haven't done that tonight. I thought we might see Connor Joe on one of these at bats. The 3-1. Check swing, slider at the knees. It's a full count. So a full count. Oh, is he challenging it? Or is he just... He is not. They have looks like a restaurant. I'm not familiar with it, but it looks like it's a restaurant that has sponsored the ABS system is the payoff pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. Anyways, every time they show the ABS tracker, they show that sponsor's ID, and I just wonder if that's got a lot to do with it. We'll be back in a flash. 8th inning we go.
Miles from Chicago. We've got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
It's happy hour.
When wins become losses
And losses become wins.
You guys going to happy hour? I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
I need a drink.
When buying a beer, buying only one beer can cause a misalignment in your spine due to the uneven weight distribution. This can cause unnecessary back pain and potential spine issues. To prevent this, carry 2 beers, ensuring your body is balanced and proper health maintained.
Afternoon, everybody.
Put my pants on, one leg at a time.
Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
Drink a beer. Salad.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to.
This stinks!
Pretty soon we're going to be calling this country.
This is total BS! Where at? For me and the Lord. You gotta understand it. We're on a mission from God. I'm on the radio every day!
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me!
And you, music lover, you're next.
You're so drunk you can't hit nothing. In fact, you're probably seeing double.
I have 2 guns, one for each of you.
Welcome back, Jose Ferreira. We saw him last night, and he went over an inning as we get Iron Lung taken care of here. Thank you, Iron Lung. First pitch.
We accept one of us. Uber gobble, uber gobble, uber gobble. One of us.
We accept that one of us. We accept that one of us. Uber gobble, one of us. Uber gobble, one of us. Uber gobble.
Shut up! Oh my God, I don't care!
The 0-1 pitch is swung on and chopped back foul by Mateo. It's 0-2. Lefty-righty matchup.
Uber gobble, one of us.
Rosemary, you better quit reckoning over there, man. I'm getting 0 sleep as it is without extra innings. These late night games, the 0-2, down and in, 1 and 2. I'm going to have to get an uppers sponsor for these West Coast trips. The 1-2 count. They still call him that? Caught looking, strike 3, sinker right there at right down the pipe. Mateo's just standing there staring. Literally deer in the headlight situation. I don't know if they still call them uppers or not, but if they do, we got to be in the. What were those things called? Remember the white crosses that they used to sell at the gas station? I don't remember the actual name of them. As the first pitch is a sinker swung on and fouled away by Drake Baldwin. It's 0-1. They had a white cross on the actual pill itself. They were tiny pills, but they were caffeine pills. This is in the 80s and 90s. You could buy them in the gas station. The 0-1. Upstairs misses high, 1-1. Anyways, a few times we in high school we took those and got into the liquor cabinet the same night. Man, all kinds of hell was raised. The 1-1 count. Sinker right there on the edge, 1-2. Yeah, Derek, that's what they were being. That's what they were being sold to, but I don't think they even checked IDs. I think if you could see over the counter that they'd sold them to you, the 1-2. Swing and a miss changeup, filthy. 2 down. Now, the good news about this is with Ferrer, is he pitched yesterday, I believe it was an inning and 2/3. I know he came out for a second up down, and he's pitching tonight. That means he's probably unavailable tomorrow. Ozzie Albies the batter, lefty-righty. First pitch on the way. Swing. Rattles it off the mask of Garver. It's 0-1. Well, these ones we were taking weren't too safe. I can tell you that, Sleepy. You'd be jittering out of your mind, and then someone would give you some Mad Dog 2020. It was off to the rodeo. 0-1 count, 2 down. Ozzie Albies. 1 for 3 on the night. The 0-1. Swing, pops it up. First base side, foul territory. Naylor giving chase. He'll make the catch right there right next to the railing, and that'll end the inning. So the Braves go down quietly once again, 2-2. We go to the bottom of the 8th here in Seattle.
Telling you to shut up because I have to concentrate what the hell I'm doing.
I can't hear you.
Well, bull.
You have to talk loud.
Why did I move to Los Angeles? That's an excellent question, darling, and I'm going to hit you with the cold hard truth. The fact of the matter is, I simply couldn't cut it in Ohio. Yes, that's right, darling. Everyone knows that thousands upon thousands flock every year to Ohio to pursue their dreams of becoming a big star. And unfortunately, I just couldn't cut the mustard. Yes, I could have purchased a 5-bedroom home on acres of land for $1.75, but no, I would prefer to spend an obscene amount of money on an apartment with popcorn ceilings. That's what I really love, darling, and I also really love sitting in traffic for hours at a time just to go 1.5 miles. That's the dream. I've had to let Ohio go. But if one day Ohio called, I'm not going to lie, darling, I'd be on the next flight out. They do have flights to Ohio, right? I'm pretty sure they do. Electricity? Sure, why not? Ohio, all the way.
Mattingly's talent and his tireless work ethic continued to lift his stock. And in the spring of 1982, he was invited to his first big league training camp. He was 20 years old.
Going to camp, I remember, I knew I wasn't making that team. I hadn't even played in AAA yet. But at the end of that year, I got called up. New York just kind of scared me. Coming from here, pulling into the stadium and living in that area, it was a big city. And so that part I was never, really comfortable with. But I always felt like the field I was comfortable with.
Go outside, nerd. Get out. Go. I ain't got time to be distracted by your worthless chime-ins. Go on.
Welcome back. Two to 2 your score. Robert Suarez back to the setup role comes on here in the 8th inning. Iglesias came off the IL last night, or tonight. This afternoon, I guess, technically out there. The first pitch on the way. The strike, top of the zone. It's 0-1. Looked like a high strike, the 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. Kicks and fires, swing. Fouls it away. 0-2. I remember a specific night where we had gotten a hold of Mad Dog. Whatever those White Cross pills were with the trucker pills, as somebody was calling them. And we started the night off at a frat house. A buddy of ours was in a frat, and he wasn't really a part of the frat. He was one of those things where they reluctantly had him in there as the 0-2 outside wide 1-2. He didn't make it long. I'll put it to you that way. We were not frat crowd. We'll just leave it that way. But we showed up out there, and 1-2 from Suarez, change up in the dirt, 2-2. And for some reason, this is early in the night, so we're about to go kick it everywhere else. Somebody had left a couple of full packs of old-fashioned Lucky Strikes, the 2-2. Inside, whoo! Talking about a little whistle up top. Rivas will have a seat, and it's a full count. I don't think there was any intent there. That pitch came high and inside. 99 miles an hour. Anyways, I won't get into everything we did that night, but needless to say, the next day was rough. You suck down a whole pack of Lucky Strikes after all that other stuff. The payoff pitch, swing, lifts it. High into left field. Money Mike with the catch, and there's one away. Lucky Strikes. And I'm talking about, I don't know if they ever made any other version, but I'm talking about the ones that didn't have the filters. That was early 90s. First pitch to J.P. Crawford is upstairs for a strike. It's 0-1. Yeah, Iron. I mean, they were no filters, man. It was, whew. They were the definition of a lung dart. The 0-1. Check swing down the line, foul. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. Yeah, that was a rough night. That's tip of the iceberg of what happened that night, but that's the clean version. The 0-2 count. Misses high, 1-2. We were that was right around the Chronic album coming out, Rosemary. The 1-2. Inside, four-seam fastball, 100 miles an hour, 2-2. They were... I almost feel like that was the same year because those guys that I was running with, we were always playing that CD. The 2-2 outside, wide, changeup misses, full count. Just imagine a bunch of knuckleheads with mullets, rock and roll T-shirts, jorts, and Lucky Strikes. The payoff pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, change up, 2 down. People ask me all the time if I'd like to go back and relive my childhood. I was like, I don't think I would survive it, man. I don't think there's any way I would survive what I've done. Cal Raleigh coming to the plate, representing the go-ahead run. Got to be careful here. First pitch swinging. Pops back the four-seam fastball. It's 0-1, 100 miles an hour. The 0-1. Brings it. Change up, swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Maybe on a members only type of after hours show, we'll go over some of those stories. We started to do a podcast. When podcasts first came out, we started to try to do a podcast about the old restaurant business stories of the 0-2. Change up, misses, 1-2. Long story short, 2 of us got canned for it. The stories one of the guys was telling. We didn't know it was about the current restaurant. Anyways, it got leaked. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Robert Suarez dealing, baby. We'll be back in a flash. Get you some Mad Dog 2020 and a Lucky Strike. We go to the 9th inning, tied at 2.
What did you say? I said you dress like a hoe, but I used to dress like a hoe too. But not as hoey as you guys.
Woo! What's up with it, mother? What's up, baby? Did you miss me?
Before you judge me, let me walk you through it. I settled in,
I started eating, and then I realized I didn't have a place to put the bones. I didn't want to put them on the sheets because you made it very clear you don't like that. Long story short, I've invented the shirt plate.
You promised me you would stick to your diet. Aren't you at all concerned about your health?
I'll tell you what I am concerned about. My blue cheese cup. I'm empty.
You know what? Here. Have cookies for dinner, okay? I give up. I officially give up. You happy? What are you doing? You gave up!
Y'all ever looked at y'all coworker and said, this place just hired any goddamn body?
They were united in their goal on the field, even if their two biggest stars were hardly cut from the same cloth.
You know, to me, you're two different people, and I think the public ought to know it. Actually,
You call me an animal.
Well, I call you the animal, that's right.
We live kind of different lives. Johnny was always hanging with the right people. You'd probably say I was hanging with the wrong people because I'm a gambler, okay? You know, I like to go to the racetrack. I don't think Johnny ever been to a racetrack.
And the differences between Bench and Rose led some to wonder about their relationship.
There was, especially with Pete and Johnny, competition. I mean, here was Pete, who had been there longer, had been a Cincinnati kid. He's playing in his hometown, had developed the role of Charlie Hustle. And here comes Johnny, even though he's from Binger, Oklahoma, but had an air of sophistication about him. So who was the alpha dog between those two?
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. 2-2 your score, top of the ninth. Jason's trying to egg me on in the background because he wants me to tell these stories. Like, man, you know we're on external radio. I got to keep it somewhat clean. It is late, 11:45 Eastern time. First pitch on the way to Matt Olson. A sinker down and in as Munoz, their closer, is on. It's 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup. The 1-0. Down and into it. It'll be interesting to see if the Braves don't score here. Do we put Iglesias on? Because most teams will not put their closer on if they're on the road until they have the lead, the 2-0. Right there at the knees, 2-1. But we've got a little different situation in our bullpen than most. If you decide to put Iglesias out there so that you can ensure yourself of getting to extra innings, then it gets interesting out of our bullpen as the 2-1 pitch, swing, lifts it high and deep in the left field. Get up, get up, get up. Well, to hell with that idea. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam-a, ding-dong, a solo shot. You can scratch that idea.
Hello.
Matt Olson.
Road field, smooth as it gets.
110 miles an hour off the bat.
Smooth, never watered down.
We must win today. Losing is not an option.
He got a cement mixer on the outside part of the plate and squared it up, and wablammo! We got a 1-run lead. Julio Rodriguez running out of room out there, had to stop at the wall because those are the rules. First pitch to Harris is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup. Harris, he's looking to get his first base hit tonight. The 1-0. Right there. 1-1. What I was going to say is if we were tied, obviously now we have the lead, they'll most likely bring in Iglesias. But our bullpen's set up different than most teams. The 1-1, down and in, 2-1. And this really leans into, this could be a fun bullpen to watch, assuming that we can get to the postseason. But if you look at a night like tonight, if you were to end up in extra innings, the 2-1, down and in, 3-1. Let's say if the Braves had not scored and you put Iglesias in the ninth, and you have to get to extra innings, you've got three guys down there in the pen that can go multiple innings, and you just pick which one you want to use. You got the lefty Martin Perez, and then you got Raylo and Fuentes. Is it 3-1? Fouls it away, full count. They said they didn't want to use Raylo the other day because it would be back-to-back outings, and he hasn't done that yet. They're trying to slowly work him into that type of role again. But Fuentes, Raylo, and Martin Perez, those are three guys that can go give you 2 or 3 innings. The payoff pitch, swing, smacks it. High into left field, but not deep enough. A little bit on the end of the bat. It'll die in the glove of Randy Rosarena. F7 in your scorecard right before the warning track. 1 away. Harris will head back to the dugout. 1 down. You think about what kind of luxury that is to have that kind of depth in that bullpen. What they'll be looking to add at the trade deadline, if things keep going the way they've been going, is Dubon. Takes the first pitch slider inside. It's 1-0. They'll be looking for back-end guys that can go the short distances because they've got the guys that can do the rest. The 1-0. Down and away. 2-0. I'd say they'll be looking for a left-handed specialist, but everybody's looking for that. And it wouldn't hurt to have a right-handed slinger to come out of the pen to couple with Suarez and Iglesias. 2-0 sinker. Looked like it missed, and it did. No challenge, 2-1. Really close, though. You can understand why he didn't challenge at the 2-1 pitch. Inside, spins him around. That one there was a little soft bender going inside. Mauricio needs to kind of just stick his arm out there and get on down to first. Take one for the team. Like it's last call at a honky-tonk. The 3-1 pitch. Inside, ball 4, and he'll head on down to first. And your Atlanta Braves. Iron Lung. Some stories there, let me tell you. 1 on, 1 out. Austin Riley coming to the plate. He's 0 for 3 with the strikeout today, but he has been swinging the bat a little better the last few days. He hit the home run last night, but even the one that the 2 that didn't get out, the first 2 at bats, he hit them hard. Righty-righty matchup. And Munoz, falling off the mound, delivers a strike up and in. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Dominic Smith stands on deck. Kicks and fires. Just misses inside, 1-1. Both teams still with an ABS challenge. I'd say they're both reluctant to. That one was super close, but they would have lost it had they challenged it. 1-1 count. Right there at the knee, sinker. 1-2. The 1-2 from Riley. Dubon at first. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Filthy slider. 2 down. 2 down, and Dominic Smith will come to the plate. He's been relatively cold. Be nice to see him get into one. He doesn't get a whole ton of bats, but remember how hot he was at the beginning of the year. Still batting .329, with an OPS of 889. Righty-lefty, pitch on the way, upstairs sinker. It's 0-1. Yastrzemski's on death. Alex Hopp is in the bullpen, the right-hander warming up for Seattle. Iglesias is warm for the Braves. The 0-1 in the dirt and 1-1. Braves lead at 3-2. If you're just joining us moments ago, Matt Olson hit his 13th home run of the year. He had 12 coming in. 13th home run of the year over the left center field wall. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, I think. Did he go around? Yeah, he did. 1-2. Took home plate umpire Will Little a second to react, but he did go around. So 1-2 count. They'll have the heart of the order due up for Seattle, by the way. The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Slider got him, and that'll end the inning. Dominic Smith heads back to the dugout. We'll be back in a flash. Braves, Mariners, Atlanta needs 3 outs to tie this series up.
I had a meeting this morning with all 12 people in my head, and we decided that we're not going to be crazy no more.
So this map shows America's most Googled Thanksgiving recipes based on the state. And it's crazy to see that the South ain't Googling anything. The South they're good. They're either hearing from an auntie or they already know exactly what's happening. Meanwhile, you got people searching for mashed potatoes. Jell-O? Y'all really pulling up to Thanksgiving with Jell-O?
You know, the closer it gets to Christmas, the more I realize these kids don't even look like me.
Every time I go out with my wife, I'm like, do you want dessert? And she's like, no, I can't. I'm so full. And then right as I'm about to eat mine, I see her fork crossing the table into the no-fly zone. And she says the same thing every time. She goes, I'm just going to have a little bite. Just going to have a little bite.
When I say I'm going to bed early, what I really mean is I'm just going to another room to watch videos and memes, which I will send to you for the next 2 hours straight.
I just want the people to know I would be booing myself. All I can do is go out there and swing my way out of it and hope the cream will come to the top.
76, 77, and 78. I first admit that I didn't perform well in the postseason. I was a big part of us losing 3 in a row. I felt a burden of lack of performance in the postseason. We almost felt like, the pressure of the postseason was too much for us to handle. I know I felt that way.
Pete was news. Pete had a story. Pete had an opinion of the game. He had all that stuff. For Mike, it was just absolutely heaven. He couldn't have asked for a better situation.
He brought the press to him. They went to Pete's locker, not to my locker. And I was so glad that I didn't have that burden every night of speaking on behalf of the team.
Pete Rose, 1979, was all about positivity. And Mike fed off Pete's positivity, and he fed off Pete's never-ending monologue about how good he was and how everybody in the league knew it except him.
Welcome back. Atlanta Braves lead this one 3-2. And eyeglasses, Raisel Iglesias is coming on for your Braves, coming off the IL today. And he'll have a chance to get himself a save here if everything works out well. First pitch on the way is a sinker. Right there at the knees. Good pitch. It's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. The 0-1. Swing, fouls it back. 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Swing. Lifts it down the line, right field side, but foul. Do it again. I was watching Garrett Cole rehab assignment today. The 0-2 pitch. Four-seamer misses well off the plate, 1-2. I don't know if it was the jerseys he was wearing for the whatever affiliate he was playing for. I didn't watch it long. Is the 1-2 in the dirt, rolls it to the backstop, 2-2. Getting ready for the game, but they had it on, and man, he didn't look great. First of all, they were hitting him all over the place, but he looked like he put on some LBs. Now, once again, I don't know if I'm just used to seeing him in Yankee gear. The 2-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. Went fishing off the pier with the short pole, and there's one away. That was filthy. But he just looked like, I don't know, pick whatever 1970s cop show and a out-of-work alcoholic that shows up on the show. That's what he looked like on the mound today. First pitch on the way is inside, 1-0. And all you can think of is, man, they're paying that guy $300-something million, and he looks terrible as the 1-0 pitch is swung on and lifted into right field. It's down for a base hit. And it's a one-out single for the Mariners. Tying run at first now, and Naylor can move. You don't think about it for a first baseman, especially a guy who's built the way Josh Naylor's built, but he can steal bases. So you got to keep an eye on him now. Randy Arozarena representing the winning run, first pitch swinging. He went for the downs on that one. Four-seam fastball, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. We'll keep an eye on Josh Naylor. The infield's back and to the left. The 0-1. Bang! Right there. 0-2. Sinker right there at the kneecaps. (0-2) count. Kicks and fires. Pops it back foul. Do it again. Braves 3, Mariners 2. Bottom of the ninth. A double play will get us out of the jam. The 0-2 pitch in the dirt. Good block, and Naylor's going to steal second base with these. He picked the perfect pitch to go on, and the tying run is in scoring position. I mean, you talk about the perfect pitch to go on. It was a changeup in the dirt. He was trying to get him to chase. He really didn't get that great of a jump, but he was banking on the fact that it was going to be an off-speed in the dirt. The 1-2 swing, fouls it away. We'll do it again. Got to keep an eye on Naylor now because he's bouncing around out there at second base. And he steals third. He's going to have the tying run 90 feet away with less than 2 outs. The 1-2 down and away, 2-2. Infield's playing back and to the left. Olsen, a little more than halfway to first. So a huge hole down the right field line. The 2-2. Swing, just got a piece of that. Just got a piece of that. Stay alive. Rolls to the backstop, but it was fouled away. Ball kicked underneath Drake's glove. Would have loved to hold on to that one. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Chase the slider off the plate. And there's 2 down. Big strike out there by Eyeglasses. Now we're 1 out away from getting out of this mess. Dan Canzone will come on. The Calzone is hitting for Refsnyder, who hit for Rayleigh earlier. It's a righty-lefty matchup. Tough left-handed bat, batting .270 on the year with 3 home runs. Here's the first pitch, swing and a miss. Changeup over the top. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Galasius comes set, brings it. Trying to chase that same changeup. Spits on it. It's 1-1. So 1-1 count. Infield back and to the right. Naylor, representing the tying run, stands at second. The 1-1 pitch, swing, chopper, over to Ozzie. Ozzie's got it, flips it to first. Braves win! Braves win! Your Atlanta Braves win!
Do you see what you get, loser? Loser! 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 Do you see what you get when you mess with the Warrior?
Whiskey for my men, beer for my horses. Braves win a tight one, a tough one, 3-2. I was pretty close. I think I had 4-2 tonight as your score. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors for your Atlanta Braves. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Seattle Mariners. Suarez gets the win. Iglesias gets the save, his 6th. Suarez, by the way, 3-0 on the year. And the game ball, I think you got to give it to Matt Olson. Matt Olson with the big home run. He goes 2 for 3 on the night. Scores 2 runs. And, of course, gets the game-winning RBI with the home run in the top of the 9th inning. A 412-foot blast. And your Atlanta Braves have tied this series up. Our streak is still alive. We'll try to make it back tomorrow. 4:10 first pitch will come on the air at 3:30. Braves, Mariners, the finale. It's going to be a tough one. Brian Wu is a nasty right-hander with strikeout stuff, and it'll be Grant Holmes on the mound for the Braves. But we do have the day off tomorrow, and most of our bullpen should be available. So I think Grant's just got to get us through a couple times through the order, and then here we go. Braves win a big one, go to 26-11 on the year, 3-2. 3-2 is your final score. And quick check on the standings before we say goodnight. The Atlanta Braves lead the Phillies by 9. I'm sorry, 9.5. They haven't updated yet. 9.5. The Nationals by 9.5. Got to keep an eye on the Phillies, though. They've won 8 of their last 10. That's not nothing. Marlins, Phillies, and Nationals were 9.5 in front of all of them. We will be 12 games in front of the Metropolitans. We'll see you tomorrow, 3:30 Eastern. Braves and Mariners finale. Y'all have a great one.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
It is the American game. That's just what it is. And actually, I can feel like I'm 15 when I'm talking baseball. I'm watching baseball. This is it. It does this. It can do this to any. It brings you back.
Goodbye, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
It's closing time, y'all. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a great one. On your way out, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to tip your favorite bartender. We'll see you. I'm Mac McGee, signing off for Braves Country Radio.